Hey guys, it's me again. So today we're gonna look at how unattractive Diddy really is. So to begin with, he has a 2.24 out of 10 front harmony, which is a bottom 0.2%. And for his side, he has a 2.09 out of 10, which is a bottom 0.09% side harmony. And overall, he gets a 2.18 out of 10, which is a bottom 0.1% face in terms of harmony. But if I had to give him an overall rating, including misc features, dimorphism, angularity, and all that, he's probably like a 4.25, bottom 25% face. It's just that his harmony and his um, angularity from the side and like some misc features that bring him lower than average. He's not like he's not a bottom 0.1% face overall. This is just his harmony. His harmony is, we can all see that it's pretty poor. But anyways, moving on to his front ratios, we can see that he gets a 0.02 out of 10 for deviation of lips lateral angle and jaw frontal angle. This is like a very brutal rating. It's very far outside of the ideal, and this is because his mid face is too small and his jaw frontal angle is too steep, like that. It should be more like this for his jaw frontal angle, and his mid face is too small. We can see that it's 23.64 when it should be 0 to 2.5. His mouth to nose width ratio is really bad at a 0.5 out of 10. It's very far from the ideal. It's 1.1. It should be 1.33 to 1.48 for black men. Oh, so by the way, I have Diddy here for his ethnicity. I put it on Black African. So for Face IQ Labs, we have all the ethnicities here: Asian, East Asian, South Asian, Middle Eastern, White Caucasian, and we also have men and women. So you can put any face onto Face IQ Labs, which is, I think, one of the better parts about Face IQ Labs. You can put anyone in, whether it's a black woman, Hispanic men, Asian woman, or whatever. We went over jaw frontal angle. His total FWHR is really bad because his face is overly too long and his face width is too narrow, making him giving him more like a egg shape, face shape. We can see it's like kind of like a shaped like an egg, which is brutal. His eyebrow tilt is really bad at a 2.54 out of 10. He has negative tilted eyebrows. This one's like neutral, but he still has unideal eyebrow tilt. It should be more positive. So Diddy's is like that. It should be more like this to like this. Yeah, again, he has medium set eyebrows. It should be closer to his eyes. Eye separation ratio, he got a 4.13 out of 10. It's outside of the ideal. This shows that he has close set eyes actually. Yeah. This ratio shows how wide your mouth is. So as we saw here from mouth to nose ratio, this bad ratio contributes to his narrow mouth. And we can see it right here. He has a narrow mouth. Chin to philtrum ratio, this is pretty bad at a 2.86 times. He got a 5.87 out of 10 on this one. His chin is too long. We can just visually see that it's too long compared to his philtrum. Lateral canthal tilt, he has like very slightly positively tilted canthal tilt. It should be more higher, especially on black men, because black men on average have higher canthal tilt than white men, for example. This is pretty bad at a lower lip to upper lip ratio. We can visually see that his upper lip is fuller than his lower lip, or it's basically like the same. You want the lower lip to be 1.2 to 1.8 times bigger than the upper lip. Mouth corner position, this is like a minor flaw. His mouth line, so like right there, is downturned and it's asymmetrical. It should be like straight. He doesn't have equal facial thirds because its midface is too small, and since his midface is too small, he has to make it up for his forehead or his lower third, right? And that ended up being his lower third. His lower third is too long compared to his midface and his forehead, which suggests that he's also downgrown from the side, which we'll see later in his side ratios. Yeah, midface is too small. Ear protrusion angle, he has very slightly protruded ears, which is a very minor flaw. It's fine. His PFL is pretty good. Neck width, it's little too wide, but it's better than having a like pencil neck like me, so he mogs me on this one. Biconial width, this is how wide your jaw is. His is pretty good. Lower third proportion, this is like almost in the ideal range. So this good, this is good. One eye apart test, this is right in the middle of ideal. This is really good. Bitemporal width, this shows how wide your forehead is and is 88% of his cheekbones, which suggests that he has pretty good bitemporal width. Cheekbone height, we can see that he has high set cheekbones. This is good. Ear protrusion ratio, he got like that right in the ideal. So moving on to his side ratios. Oh my god. See, you see like I didn't look at the ratios before starting the video. Man, what the hell? 0 out of 10, 0.01 out of 10, 0.01 out of 10 for all the lip assessments. Oh my god. This is actually so brutal. Like, Diddy needs a Trimax. Like, that's how we would ascend him the most. Him getting a Trimax would... Man. Trimax would push his whole face forward, fixing all the lip assessments here, which he got a 0 on. It's all the way at the end of ideal. He has overly protruded lips and his chin is very recessed. And his maxilla is recessed too, because we can see that the maxilla here should be more projected. His whole face just needs to be pushed up. And as we can see, he's recessed relative to Frankfurt plane. He doesn't pass any of the lip assessments. He's recessed, so his convexity is going to be off, obviously. His whole lower jaw should be pushed forward. Brow ridge inclination. He has a pretty weird shaped forehead, so that's why. Facial depth to height ratio. He's really recessed at a 1.13 times. Ideally it should be 1.3. Yeah, he's recessed. That's so brutal, actually. You almost feel bad. Lip assessment. This is important. Submental cervical angle, so it shows whether your neck region here is lean or not. And it's pretty rounded. Needs to lose weight. You can see his double chin from the side. Lip assessment, ramus to mandible ratio. He's recessed. Convexity. This is another recession thing. Mandibular plane angle. I guess it's okay. Orbital vector. He has a negative orbital vector, making him look unhealthy, tired. Decent nasofrontal angle, which shows the nose and the brow ridge, the glabella. So nasal projection, he scores pretty well on. His nose isn't like too projected or too pushed back into his skull. Nasal tip angle, I'll say this is pretty important. This basically shows that his nose isn't too rounded or too sharp, as we can see here. He's almost in the ideal. Nasolabial angle, he basically got that right in the dot of ideal. This also shows whether your nose is too big or too small. Gonio angle, gonian to mouth line, ideal. And nose tip rotation angle is also ideal. So let's move on to his top 3 strengths now. So it says here he has an ideal jaw width. We can see it's not like super narrow. Well positioned cheekbones, again he has high set cheekbones. We can just kind of visually see right here. It's pretty high set. And he has an ideal forehead width. Again, his forehead isn't like too huge or too narrow. And for his worst flaws, he has, according to Face IQ Labs here, he has 3 extremely severe flaws. So the first one is hyperdivergent jaw growth, which means he's downgrown. We can see that like it goes down like that. And that also shows that he has a longer lower third, which is disproportional. Jaw frontal angle is bad. And he has an underprojected chin. His chin is recessed. It's pushed all the way back here, right? His chin needs to be like right there. Maybe that's a little too much, like right there. When it's all the way there. Mandibular recession. His lower jaw is just fucked. Like it's all the way here when it needs to be like here. But that was it for the facial analysis of Diddy. If you want the exact same analysis of your facial harmony like Diddy here that I did, if you want your front harmony score, your side harmony score, and your overall harmony score with your 30 front ratios and your 29 side ratios, just like Diddy here. And if you want your strengths and weaknesses, you can press my link down below in the pinned comments. Face IQ Labs is the #1 software on the internet right now that measures your face accurately. Things like Umax and like the other bullshit on TikTok they're all just like random #1 generators. Face IQ Labs is the #1 facial analysis software in the game right now. So there's no reason why you wouldn't want this if you're into facial aesthetics and if you want to know how attractive you are.